Hi guys, so we're going to get started with a primer and I'm using the Professional by Benefit and this is a pore filler and I'm using this before my foundation to just give it a more flawless look. And I'm just blending this out with my fingers. Sorry about the echo, I'm actually filming this in a staircase like the voiceover. For my foundation, I chose this sample by NARS. This is a sheer glow foundation sample and I don't know the color off the top of my hand, but I will leave it down in the description bar. I just want to say I absolutely love this foundation. This is the NARS Sheer Glow and it is absolutely flawless. I really, really love it. And I'm using a damp beauty blender to blend that out. Now for an eyeshadow base, I'm using Painterly Paint Pot by MAC, and this is what I'm using to just give my eyelids just one color and to cancel out any redness or any veins, and it acts as my base. So I'm just applying this with my finger and just blending this out. I prefer this over like thicker eye primers just because it doesn't affect like the consistency of my eyeshadows, if that makes any sense. It's just a very thin layer, but it does the job. Now I'm going in with the Lorac Pro palette. I'm using the colors cream and white on a Sonia Cash look brush, and I am just patting this along the eyelid and trying not to bring it up too forward. This is just going to be kind of like the inner portion of the eye. I'm going to be applying a darker color over it, and just, yeah, we're going to be reapplying this color as well. This look is all about layers of colors. So just have something there so you know where to put like your crease colors. It kind of acts like a marker. Also, I'm applying the white color as my brow bone highlight. I absolutely love the Lorac Pro palette. It's my favorite palette ever. It's just amazing. I know this is a mainly Lorac Pro palette kind of look, but I did use MAC Bamboo as my transition color just because the Lorac Pro palette doesn't really have this kind of shade. It's kind of like a light brown. And it's kind of like my skin tone, but just a little bit browner, and it kind of has some redness to it. I really, really love Bamboo. It's one of my favorite colors. It's definitely my favorite transition color. So I'm using a Morph brush to just apply this in my crease and above my crease, just so that I know where to apply the darker shades. I find that this makes applying dark shadow a lot easier. So if you're having some trouble with dark shadows, definitely I recommend using a light color like Bamboo or a bronzer or even Saddle, but Saddle could be a little dark by MAC, but just a lighter color so you know where to apply your darker shades. It kind of acts like a marker. So just blending this forward and upwards with the Morph brush. I didn't speed this video up because I got a lot of complaints. So now I'm using Sable with my MAC brush. This is 217, and I'm going to focus this on the outer V, but I'm also going to apply it upwards and outwards, just kind of like where the Bamboo is, but not covering everything. I'm going to diffuse this color in a little bit, but for the most part, we want the outer edges of this look to be dark, and the key to this look is blending, blending, blending. So don't be afraid to use Q-tips or your fingers. You definitely want to have, you know, the most symmetry as you can, even though it can be hard, but you just want to take your time with darker shades because you don't want to look like you got punched in the eye. So yeah, I didn't speed this up, so it is a bit of a long video, and I apologize, but yeah. So just using kind of like back and forth motions. Now this brush has no product on it. This is MAC 224, and this is my favorite brush. This is my favorite blending brush just because it's so fluffy and it really does the job really fast. So it has no product on it, and I'm just blending forward and in circular motions as well. You really want this look to be blended, and you want every color to transition into one another seamlessly. Now I'm reapplying the white on my brow bone, and this is just from the Lorac Pro palette. Also applying that color into the inner corners of my eye, into the tear duct. You really want this brow bone to be bright because we do have darker shades in our crease. Now I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the color 20 Sand, and I am going to blend this out with my Beauty Blender, the same one. It's just damp, and just pouncing this along. And I love this concealer. It has a thin consistency, but it does brighten your under eye. I don't really need much coverage, so normally this is fine for me, but you can use any lighter concealer. You really just want to balance the darker eye with a bright under eye. You don't want to skip concealer when you're doing like a daytime smoky eye because you just want it to look balanced. And I find that a bright concealer does the trick. And my nail polish, I know I'm going to get a lot of questions. I will leave it down below. It's by Essie. It's a gel polish. Now this is a Makeup Geek shadow, and I love this color. It's Mango Tango, and I'm using a Morph brush. This is a Morph blending brush, and just a little bit to give it a little bit more of like a rosiness, and then applying the white color again. I know this looks a little crazy right now, but I'm about to blend it in like 3 seconds. But I like applying the Mango Tango. It gives it a little bit of a pop. And blend, blend, blend. You want to just blend away. So this is just no extra product on this brush. This is my MAC brush. And this brush does wonders. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. I love it for blending out shadows. It does it so flawlessly. I love, love, love this brush. Moving on to brows, I'm using my Brow Bar To Go by Whitening Lightning and an eyebrow angled brush. And I'm using the darker shade in the palette to just carve out my eyebrows. And I absolutely love the Brow Bar To Go. Now, this does make my eyebrows a little bit more red toned than my normal brow, but I actually like the way it looks. And just using a spoolie to blend everything out. You don't want any harsh lines, but here's a good like before and after of my eyebrows. My eyebrows are naturally very arched. I get them threaded, and I absolutely love to get my eyebrows threaded. It's the only way I do my brows. And this day I actually got them threaded, so they're pretty sharp and pretty on point, if I do say so. So I don't really need too much powder. It's just to kind of define them a bit more. Since I'm using eyeshadow, you want to make sure your face is balanced. So you can see here that's a little bit more red toned, but when I finish my face off, you really can't tell. Now I'm doing my eyeliner, and hopefully you guys can see how I do my eyeliner. I always show it, but you guys still request an eyeliner tutorial, but I really just show you it basically here. I'm using the Lorac Pro eyeliner. It's the front of the line, blackest black liquid liner, and it's a felt tip liner, and this is all that I do. Short strokes, and honestly, all I can say is practice makes perfect. I've been doing liquid liner for years now, so I'm kind of used to my eye shape and the way that I like to do my eyeliner. So here is just a demonstration. I change my eyeliner every single day. It's never the same, so yeah. There's a lot of background noise. I'm really, really sorry. I don't know what's going on at work, but they're like moving stuff around, and yeah, sorry. So Lorac Pro eyeliner. Favorite, it's my absolute favorite. I love it, love it, love it. And just make the line how you want it. You can make it short or fat. I definitely do liquid liner every time I do this look because it is a bit more dramatic. And so I like to balance it out with some false lashes and a good wing liner. It feels so odd not speeding up my videos. I'm just like waiting for it to go faster, but I'm not gonna do it. This is MAC Feline pencil, and I'm just tight lining with this, and this just helps blend everything, like my false lashes, and it fills in the gaps, so it makes your eyelashes look a lot thicker. I never skip this step. Now I'm using the Kiss Demi Wispies and their eyelash adhesive. I like this eyelash adhesive. I don't know if it's 16-hour wear. I haven't actually tested it for that long, but while the glue dries, I'm using the Anastasia Contour Kit, and this is the shade Banana, and I'm using the Real Technique setting brush to just set the concealer, because you definitely need to set your concealer so you don't want it to crease. This is the Jordana mascara. This is the Best Lash Extreme Mascara, and I love this mascara, but I just apply a couple of coats because I'm going to be applying the false lashes. Right now the glue is drying, so I like to go ahead and do a couple other steps while the glue is getting tacky. So I just sit them down while I wait and then move on to something else. And I find this mascara at Dwayne Reed. Now I'm using a tweezer to apply the lashes. It definitely helps a lot with the application. I love demi-wispy lashes. I love wispy lashes, period. I feel like they flatter my eye shape the most and they look the most natural. So love these Kiss ones. And while the glue is drying, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my bronzer. You can still see the glue. This is the Guerlain bronzer and an Eco Tools brush. And I believe this is the shade number 3. I will leave it down below. And I'm not doing a heavy contour just yet. I'm just kind of bronzing up my face because this foundation did leave my face looking a little flat and one-dimensional. So I'm just bronzing up the outer edges of my face to give myself a more bronzed look and a more healthy look. So just keep on blending that out. And this is just an Eco Tools fluffy brush. And I also use my blush to blend my bronzer out. This is again Sable with a MAC pencil brush, and I'm applying that underneath my eye for some shadow. I love doing this. I think it really just makes the look a lot better. And you can totally see my glue. Sorry, it still didn't dry yet, but I promise I applied eyeliner over top after. So just putting some brown underneath the eye. I think Sable is a great color for this. Now I'm applying the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara to my bottom lashes because the Jordana mascara does transfer on my face as the day goes by. So I like to use a different mascara for my bottom lashes now because I just hate having to go and touch up my concealer. Now I'm using the Sephora Pro Contour Brush, and this is a shade from the Contour Kit by the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and this is the 74 brush. And it's a bit darker, this color, so I like to use it for a contour, and I absolutely love this brush for contouring. Now I'm using Milani Delicioso Pink, and this is one of my favorite blushes, and the e.l.f. Complexion Brush. I love this brush for like a high pigmented blush. It really blends it out and makes it look flawless. So just applying that to the apples of my cheek and then just bringing it upwards. It helps to smile a little bit when you're applying it to the apples of your cheeks, so you know where to place the blush. Now I'm using Fairly Precious by MAC. This is my favorite highlight, and I'm using a blush brush by e.l.f. to just blend that out. I like to really spread it across my cheeks rather than just on the highest points. A little bit on my nose. And now I'm applying the Dip Brow Gel by Anastasia. This is in dark brown, and I'm using a Morph brush to just kind of outline my brows a little bit. Since this look is a little darker, I wanted my brows to be a bit darker. So I'm just applying a little bit of this gel, brow gel. And I love this brow gel. It really just makes your eyebrows crispy and defined and really balances out your look. And make sure they are as even as you can get them. And now I'm using MAC Modesty Lipstick, and over top I'm using Myth by MAC, just to give it a bit more dimension. So this is Myth over top Modesty. And I didn't use a lip liner. And now I'm using the Whitening Lightning Nude Lip Gloss. I love this lip gloss. It leaves the best shine ever. I'm obsessed. And of course, a little more inner highlight, because it wouldn't be a rose video if I didn't apply my inner corner highlight like 8 times. So this is the entire look. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found this helpful. Bye guys. Mwah.